Hi, this is Cleve Gaddis, and welcome to another edition of Workman Wisdom. Today we're going to talk about branding. Everybody wants to build a big brand. We all want to be General Motors. We want everybody to know who we are. But I'll be honest with you, branding is really something much, much more simple than most people think. First, you have to make sure that you understand that when you're marketing to people, sometimes your marketing messages really hit the spot and sometimes they don't. And it's not the message itself that determines whether or not it hits the mark most of the time. It's what other people have going on in life. So the real key is to make sure that you're sending those messages out, because eventually, if you continue to send the messages out, you will connect with people. Everybody likes to be fancy when it comes to branding. I'm the best at this. I've sold the most of this. I've done X, Y, Z. But in reality, what you need to do is you need to make sure that the people who know you already, and those are generally the people we're marketing to, don't forget you. Don't forget a picture of your face, your phone number, your email address, and your website. And just make sure you deliver that information out to your prospects. It's nice if you can keep something of value in there, but just make sure you're delivering that out to your sphere of influence, your past clients, and your prospect list. It's very simple to keep yourself top of mind when they're receiving emails from you, maybe 12 times a year. When they're receiving postcards from you, somewhere between 6 and 12 times a year. When maybe you have them on your top 50 program and you're calling them each and every month to make sure they don't forget who you are. Staying top of mind is easy. It just takes lots of activity in order to be able to do that. Make sure you're sending out messages that connect with people, that have to do with real life. We have, over a number of years, sent out recipe cards. Now, a lot of people tell us, and tell me specifically, that recipe cards don't work. It's not something that people are interested in. I went on an appointment just a couple of days ago for a lady who's been receiving our recipe cards for 7 or 8 years, and all she talked about was the different recipes that she's made, what tasted great, what she liked the most, what she didn't like. So I think those recipe cards probably connected. But remember, all I really want her is to see my face, to see my name, to see my email address, and to see my phone number, and to be reminded that I'm still actively involved in the real estate business. Don't forget, consistency is the key. Now, you can have a creative branding message, like in our real estate group. We want our clients to be sure about the decisions they make because we'll ensure they're the best educated party in a real estate transaction. In other words, we want our people to be confident in the decisions we make. So we send that messaging out all the time. We want our seller clients to know everything they need to know so they can be confident before they move forward. We want our buyer clients to know everything they need to know so they can be confident in moving forward. But it's not the message that's important. It's the consistency of delivering that message. You think I'm kidding? Just send out a postcard to all your clients and literally put your name, your phone number, your email address, and maybe your photo on it, and nothing else. And I'll guarantee you somebody will call you back and ask you, was there supposed to be a message on this postcard? They'll pay attention to it even if it doesn't have a very specific message. And then the last thing I want to talk about today, and it's probably the most important, is you got to keep yourself out of the mix when it comes to branding. Don't depend on yourself to send out the postcards. Don't depend on yourself to send out the emails. Don't depend on yourself to do all the marketing activities that keep you top of mind and create your brand. Hire somebody else to do it for you. There's tons of good companies out there that'll help you automate your email communications with your sphere of influence, your past clients, and your prospect list. Same thing with postcards. There's all kinds of companies out there that will put your marketing and your brand building program on autopilot, and that is the single most important thing that you need to do. Now, as you get started creating a branding campaign, don't expect it to be perfect overnight. It's going to take sending out messaging over time before your messages start to resonate with your sphere of influence, past clients, and your prospect list. You can't just send out one set of postcards and think you're going to get a bunch of phone calls. Now, you need to measure it over time, but you have to understand that every month your brand awareness gets stronger and stronger the more you send your messages out. This has been another week's edition of Workman Wisdom. Thanks for joining.